that you gain like tempo or attack or advantage on your opponent. So if you should like if you should develop your pieces earlier than your opponent, you will have advantage. But another thing we are supposed to be taking note of is like where should we develop our pieces to? Where should we position our pieces to? So I was playing a chess game against someone and I lost. But when I went to analyze the game, I saw that my pieces were more developed than his own in the beginning phase. Like he mostly plays a closed game, while me, I like opening my games. So I was now like trying to find out why was I losing the game since like I'm developing my pieces early. So one of the things that the person said was that my development like lacked harmony. So like we all know what harmony is like when you are moving along with everyone. So you can just be developing pieces, but in the real sense, from the perspective of your opponent, you might just be playing rubbish because you did not or you failed to position your pieces in the right place, thereby making your pieces to become minor or less strong. Yeah. Are we understanding?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So let me arrange this position. Um, let me arrange this position. This is the middle game phase. Before I go into the end game, I just want to clarify what whether you guys understand.
Wannan karin game ne ko karan wutan nan ne? Karan business about. Zo su tafi kenan ba su kashe wutan ne. Definitely, it will, but let's hope that they won't be there for long.
Okay. Let's take a look at this position like and try to identify the bad pieces here. I said let's try and let's look at this position now. And someone should like try and tell me like the bad pieces that are here and good pieces. You know, sometimes when you are exchanging, you can end up exchanging your good piece for a bad piece now. Let's say like now, just somebody should point out from white and black the two bad pieces that are here, right? Or the minor pieces, the minor or passive pieces.
Bishop in E2 is a bad piece.
And that's correct. And
And in yeah, the bishop on E7.
okay, so from here we can see that the opposite bishops, both of the opposite bishops are bad pieces. Why? Because they have limited places to go. Before this bishop can like break free now, it will take a very long while. It's because even though you like try to open up the place by trying to do this, your opponent might not speak immediately. You can just leave it here so that your piece will be still be locked. And let's assume there's no even place to go out. Even if you shift this knight, you can't still come here because of this and all other things. So generally this piece is a bad piece and this piece is also a bad piece. So when you're playing your game, especially a classical game, you have to like think strategically, and this is what leads you to end game that will favor you. Like end game that you have hope of winning. There are some end games that, from the looks of it, if you if you play it with all your strength, there's nothing that you get, only a draw, unless your opponent makes a blunder. So in this position now, what you will try and do is to like exchange this this bad piece now for a good piece. Like now, we didn't talk about this one because like now from here we can see this one is controlling a lot of squares and it is free to move and like attack this opponent. And this one too has quite a number of squares too, and it will be easy for him to maneuver and like come and attack his opponent. So like now your opponent can like in some cases, let's assume if the game continues now, try to bring his knight. Let's assume if it's black to play, if he plays this now and you just simply play this, if he picks this, you can like see it is a blunder because this knight is passively is developed and is on a more better position than this bishop here. We can see that um, it will be easier for the bishop, for the knight to move to different squares than for this bishop. The bishop is locked in his house. This one can attack the opponent, so it will be easy for black to gain advantage here. But when black tries to take this now, or like the place is choked up, let me just see whether I can reduce the number of pieces here. If he tries to come and like make exchange for this, or white eventually tries to like exchange a major piece for this piece, if you're playing against a strong player, he's going to capitalize on it and he's going to make sure that you suffer for the blunder that he just made. So when you are playing your game, one of the things that you should make sure you take note of is your active pieces and your minor pieces. There was one of Ragnar's game that I was watching, and after like 60 moves, the game was still looking equal. So it took his time. What made him to win the game? Like he took his time to identify the good and bad piece. Then when he understood which of the pieces were good and which of the pieces were bad, he now tried simplifying it. And when he simplified it, the game now ended up favoring him because he ended up with a good piece while his opponent ended up with a bad piece, and it was the end game. So you should make sure that you take note of this when you're playing um, your game. And moving on to the end game, there are series of incidents that can occur. There can be a good bishop versus a good knight. There can be a bad bishop versus a bad bishop versus a bad knight. There, like so, it mostly occurs in bishop and knight, not necessarily rook. Rook, you just maybe your position is not well placed, but it is easier for you to break free your rook than for you to break free your knight and bishop when they are locked, because they are less stronger than the bishop. Are you understanding? So when you reach the end game now, and let's assume you were left with a knight and a bishop now, and both of you were left with a knight and a bishop, and the blacks was left with a knight and a bishop now, but they were still pawns on the board. So one of the things that you should try and look out for first is, what are your active pieces? Like which of the pieces is better? Like you can just imagine in your mind, like if they should just take, let's assume it was knight and bishop, if they should just take the bishop out of the board, who will have a better advantage? Or if they were to take the knight out of the board, who will have a better advantage? So once you see one that will get you a better advantage, it can be on the basis of this pawn structure now. Like for now, we can see that endgame will never favor the white. It will like take a miracle or a bad play from black for all these pieces to just go now for white to succeed in whatever he wants to do. It will take a very big mistake from black. So you are supposed to check for the piece that is good. Then you now try in some cases you can make that your bad piece or that your passive piece to become active. There's active and passive piece. The active piece is a good one, right? The passive one is one that is not, is just there. Let's assume after developing, your knight is still here, and maybe you pushed your pawn here and your queen is here. This is a passive piece because is not developed and it is very weak. It's not controlling any square. Are you understanding? So you are supposed to check for your passive piece and your active piece. Then try to maneuver your passive piece to become an active piece, or try to force an exchange on your passive piece with your opponent's piece. Are you understanding? Are you understanding?
Yeah.
Let me use another. This is it. Okay. Let's take a look at the move position and in this scenario, like it should be white. It's white to play presently now. So do you think like exchanging this piece for this piece is a good idea? I say it's white to play now, right? So do you think you should take this, or like you should be patient?
You should be patient.
You should be patient.
Yes.
Because why?
Why is because the knight on f f6 can be placed on g4, while when he treats the bishop he took with his queen there, it will set up a very nasty attack on the king side.
So if you should take if you should take the bishop now,
It's white to
it's white to move.
It's white to move.
Yeah.
I think it's better for white to take bishop. Black bishop.
You see if he comes here,
Yes.
if the queen comes here,
Yes.
it
One of
can
the knights will
threaten
be there.
this.
Yes. And it will open an attack for the queen to maybe if he castles on the king side to checkmate the king there. That is if it goes far. But I will advise you should let the black bishop take the white bishop, so that even if they trade, the rook will be open.
It's just simply better for her to make a developmental move like castling than to trade.
Yeah.
It's just something that is basic.
Yes, I think that's correct. So from black side now, which pieces are you seeing like as a bad piece, or a piece that needs to be reinforced?
Any day, bishop on b7 now.
So this bishop on b7.
It's super bad.
Taking the bishop was like the idea that you say is better you should be patient, because after this, will you take this pawn on this one?
You take with the pawn on h2.
On H2.
So that you launch
So you
an
open a
attack.
file. Yes.
Open a file for the rook.
Okay, then
And
this
another
one-
thing, that's why the pawns can still be connected.
Yes.
Because if the pawn move from h2 to g3, it will
Then
still
you
be
castle
connected
on
with the
this side.
other
So
pawns.
you cancel this side, but if something should happen, when this bishop like shake this one, start attacking.
No, before it gets there, if you castle after bishop takes on g3, black bishop takes on g3, and then white regains with on G3 too with a pawn from H2, the file will open, and then before the white's bishop could go round the circle and come back, this file must have you must have achieved something like it.
Well,
It will take time before the bishop can be able to maneuver to that area.
To become
so
a
from
problem.
here now, from use of this one, but between this bishop and this bishop, now which one is the better bishop?
Which is
Which is a better bishop?
The black bishops.
Between this one and this one.
the black bishop.
Okay, okay.
The white bishop is better.
Okay. These are
The white
interesting
bishop is
questions.
better.
It's an interesting question because the bishop on d6 is more centralized.
Exactly.
Yes, it's more centralized.
I think bishop on d6 is better.
Bishop on okay. This bishop on this is better. Why won't we exchange this bishop with this bishop?
No, now if you exchange it, it only makes the spot more vulnerable than. But leaving it here is better. Why? Because the bishop on the white bishop standing there will disallow any development from the black side.
The reason why it shouldn't be taken is because even if you take that black bishop, when the queen comes down, it's still the same thing.
It does, or it's exposing more problem than solving the problem.
Okay. Okay, so this bishop is better than this bishop, but it's a bad idea for white to take this bishop because if this queen comes here to still control the same squares that the bishop was controlling before. Okay, I think that's
And it can still be argued that both of them are both advantageous and disadvantageous.
Okay.
if white should take this now, will it be a bad idea for the bishop to take this?
The white bishop. Take the white bishop.
Yes.
Okay. Bishop on this is taking on g3.
Because after this, if he should pick this now, the white bishop will be having more advantage.
There is no
Yeah.
advantage.
Yeah, because for black, I think black's immediate problem should be how to improve the position of that bishop on b7.
Yes,
That's just the main thing that should be on black's mind at the moment.
exactly. So what I'm trying to point out to us is that now this we are seeing this as a bad piece now. So going for exchanges at this point is irrelevant. You can just now we can't just shift this bishop here. This is the worst piece on this board presently because it is just there. It will take some few moves before it can develop. Are you understanding? And most of the squares it can move is blocked by its own pieces, not your opponent's pieces. You know, if it's in the end game now, like only king and bishop now, it will be easier for you to attack your opponent when, let's assume, all your opponent's pawn are white squares and you're having a white bishop. So it will be easier for you to get advantage or to even win a pawn. So now, what should be in black's mind now is now, if what do you think is the best move for black here?
The best move for black?
Yes. You just can't move this one immediately.
Why not?
Because
best
if you shift it, this pawn is hanging.
Yeah.
That's lost the pawn. Apart from that, yes, that's lost the pawn.
Yeah. He could, but would that pawn have any future?
Well,
See,
it
has lost the pawn and it has lost tempo because this
tempo.
piece will be hanging.
Okay.
so the best
A
thing,
rook will be hanging too.
No, rook will not be hanging.
the best move for black here is moving his queen from to
QC7.
C7.
C7 is best.
But you're just making this position more worse because now.
C7.
No, C7. Not.
C7.
Okay, c7.
Yes.
Okay, then if I take back now,
Now, the same thing happens. If
Then
you
black-
take what?
if I take this bishop,
Yes.
Then the queen will take,
takes,
and the queen is still
having the
protecting
same
the pawn.
opportunity.
but the queen has lost 3 tempos now.
Yes.
Because after this, if it picks, you pick. After this will pick. So the queen has moved herself 3 times. Why?
But is white any better? White too. Black has time now because white is also lagging behind in development.
Yes.
No, actually, but not very, very. It's just castling that it's winning for white.
Is the castling just?
Castle is not just.
Because somebody would not give you a chance to do that castling. You just continue tormenting your. You realize that when you play a very strong attacking player.
Okay. So let's move to the end game now. Just let's start with. So we're going to be looking at bishops and knights now. And we're going to be looking at like bishop, the good and the bad ones, and the good ones and the bad ones. So so let's assume this position was this way. Okay, now from this position, now, what do you think like is the problem with both of these pieces now?
When the officers are not properly developed,
The problem is a block bishop.
Block bishop.
Yes.
Okay. And between the knight and the bishop now, which one is better?
the knight.
The knight.
Okay, so what should be white's plan? Like what should be white or black's plan now?
Well,
But this knight is still actually a bad knight.
yes. White's plan here should be how he can maneuver the bishop to this diagonal from he's sitting probably on like from c2 to d3 back to e2 and see whether it can be able to start heading towards h5 and things like that. That's one thing.
So most of these endgames, most of this type of endgame usually ends because from both sides, both of them are it's like having minor pieces, but black's pieces is more minor piece because like there's no way black can if he should like try to give an exchange now so that it's like why not take why just simply play this and he's now blocking his bishop more and stopping his knight from going anywhere. If the knight says he wants to come here, if he comes here, this is his piece. He's still blocking it. Because of this he can't come here. So this is like a very bad position for black. And from here we can see that white has a little advantage. As if played accurately, because the endgame is not an easy game. You have to play it extremely carefully and very accurately. So we understand, Bam.
Yeah.
Me, I use another position. So from here now, who do you think has a better chance of winning?
This one is what?
White. Why is that?
Okay, why? Okay, because firstly, if it's bishop same colored endings, is rarely drawn because if it's bishop opposite colored endings, is mostly drawish. But okay, firstly, both bishops are the same color, but then the black squared bishops is bad. Yeah, it's bad, but but white bishop is a good bishop. So white has a much better
White have much better.
future.
So what should be White's plan now? Is it just be moving around with the bishop?
White plan should be moving the pawn from G2 to G4, then advance to that place.
And king too. King activating king is one of the first things.
Yes, exactly. So, okay, so from here, White can have two possible options. You can either White going to this side or to this side. Which one do you think is better?
Okay, with the
White
king.
Yes.
You should go to the left side.
Okay, do you think playing this immediately will help position?
Okay, e4. Yes, I like e4. I like
Then if White pushes now, don't you think it will have like a pass?
even if he pushes, it's an associated pass pawn now. Black easily support the pass pawn. So yes.
Okay, so between this move now and this move, which one do you think is better?
A2. A2 is better.
A4.
A4 is better.
Okay, let's check for you.
I think bishop e5.
Bishop A5. A5 check. Let's assume it comes here.
What about why simply playing a3? Let's simply a3 first. Preparing b4, the advanced b4.
This game is very physical now because it's just like a race now.
At any point,
If
black
the
can
black-
refuse to pick.
If black push. Yes, exactly. And blocking black's white bishop. But now, if he should do that now, using king will like.
That's what I'm saying. I
successfully
think I
before-
prefer e3.
If you should push down now, can't you like start approaching this direction? Or maybe the king will get caught up with it.
Yeah, going towards the right is good to target that g7 pawn. To target g7 pawn, and so with that, black's bishop will be tied to f8 because it will have to retreat to defend that g7 pawn, and so it will become overloaded, and then white will. Yeah, so that if white can find its way to g6, right?
Yeah.
So that's black bishop will become like a minus because it will be tied to f8. And then that's where white good bishop will now really prove its worth.